The Chicago Bears do what they've always done. In the name of continuity, they're keeping their head coach here, Matt Eberflus. He is staying, which I'm not the biggest fan of. Maybe it works out at the end, but not the biggest fan right now. But they did fire Luke Getsy and almost their entire offensive coaching staff, which I am a fan of. The NFL playoffs are here, and even if your team didn't make it, you can still get in on the action. I've actually partnered with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official betting partner of the NFL, to give you guys a great promotion for new customers, where if you don't have an account with them yet, download the app. The link is in my description box in the pinned comment as well. And if you sign up using promo code DaWindyCity, if you put $5 on the app on anything, any wager at all, you get $200 in the bonus bets instantly. It's that easy. So great way to get a start to your bankroll. They have a bunch of different betting options on this app for you guys. They have something for everybody. They have something called same game parlays, which are pretty cool, where you can actually combine a bunch of different wagers from a single game to potentially turn a small wager into a large winning, because the odds can go up there if you combine, a bunch of different things like passing yards for that player with rushing yards for that player with touchdown for that player, whatever else they offer in that game. You combine all of that to, get a pretty nice payout. And if you already have DraftKings like I do, they also have another promotion for you guys as well. It's called No Sweat Bets, which is basically where you put a same game parlay or same game parlay X, and you actually get your money back in the form of a bonus bet if that bet does end up losing. Now, max reward limits do apply for that, so keep that in mind, but it's a great promotion to take advantage of if you already have the app like I do. And lastly, if DraftKings Sportsbook is not available in your state just yet, if sports betting is not legal, they have something for you guys too. It's called DraftKings Daily Fantasy, which is a little bit different, but you can also have a lot of fun using that app as well. So download the app. The link is in my description box in the pinned comment as well. If you sign up using promo code DaWindyCity, if you put $5 on any wager on the app, you get $200 in bonus bets instantly, only on DraftKings Sportsbook. What's going on, guys? I'm back with another Chicago Bears news update video, which I'll be doing this entire offseason anytime news breaks out. So subscribe to my channel if you guys want my thoughts and my reactions to latest breaking Chicago Bears news. And we got some news this morning that our staff is being altered. Okay, Luke Getsy is being fired, and the offensive staff, aside for our tight ends coach and our offensive line coach, are all going to be gone. So I'll talk about that news first and then talk about Matt Eberflus staying next. But talking about Luke Getsy and the offensive staff being gone, thank God, okay? I swear to God, if we kept this guy, I would not have watched a Bears game next year, because I would have known the Bears offense was doomed to fail from the very beginning. And there's just been too many lapses in his coaching for him to stay here as an offensive coordinator of the Chicago Bears. It seems like the players also did not really like him, because in the final game of the season against the Packers, after the game, DJ Moore was actually asked about the play calling, and I think he directly called out Luke Getsy to some extent, because he was talking about the talent being here on this team, but the plays not really being called to the strengths of the players. And DJ Moore also questioned why we are a run-first, ball-control team when we could be a more explosive team with the talent that we had on this roster at times. So it really seemed like the players did not really believe in Luke Getsy's message anymore. And obviously Justin Fields, the quarterback, and Luke Getsy have had their disputes. It seems like this season, Justin Fields indirectly sometimes has called out Luke Getsy. You guys remember after the Chiefs game, or before the Chiefs game, he talked about feeling robotic in this offense, and you're not really feeling comfortable in this offense, which I know a lot of Bears fans, point the blame at Fields only, but the offensive coordinator has a lot to do with Fields not breaking out as a passer as we had hoped him to break out this season. Okay, I feel like a lot of games he did not really build to the strengths of his quarterback. It did not call the plays to enable the quarterback to be successful. And unfortunately, Fields may be gone because of that. Okay, partly because of how bad the play calling and the quarterback development was, in my opinion. And that really sucks, because Fields is one of the most talented quarterbacks, if not the most talented quarterback in Bears history, but this guy could not really develop the quarterback. And you guys saw it the entire season. Like, there's so many bad habits that Fields was getting into, which partly speaks to how bad the development was of this quarterback. And you guys saw the last game against the Packers, Fields did not really have a chance in that game to do much of anything because of how bad the offensive line was in that game, but also because of how bad the route concepts were in that game and the play sequencing of that game. So the damage may be done here. Like, we may move on from Fields and draft a new quarterback at number 1, whether that be a Caleb Williams or Drake May if Ryan Poles wants to. Now, I'm not saying that's guaranteed to happen. Maybe Fields does come back, but there is a solid chance at this point that Poles goes after his rookie quarterback of the future, in which case I really am very sad that we could not get the most out of Fields as a passer when he was a very talented passer in college football. And it sucks that we basically ruined, again, one of the most talented quarterback prospects we have ever had because of incompetent coaching. So thankfully, the offensive staff is gone. I would not have trusted a Caleb Williams or a Drake May to be coached by a Luke Getsy. That would have been an even worse scenario for the Bears. Or even if we did bring Justin Fields back, to give him Luke Getsy for a third straight year when we already know the combination of Justin Fields and Luke Getsy does not work in the NFL would have made no sense whatsoever. So the Bears made the obvious and easy choice to get rid of the entire coaching staff, besides for the offensive line coach and the tight ends coach, which I'm okay with keeping them because Chris Morgan has done a fantastic job with the offensive line for the most part. Obviously, the offensive line still has room to grow, and the final game of the season, they had a really bad showing, but I think they're a couple pieces away from being potentially really good, and Darnell Wright took steps forward this year as a rookie. Braxton Jones got better as well. Tevin Jenkins had a pretty solid season for the most part. So I think the O-line is trending in the right direction. The tight ends coach also did a pretty fantastic job with Cole Kmet. Cole Kmet had a breakout year in year 4 and is viewed as being one of the top 10 tight ends in the NFL, in my opinion, with how good of a season he had this year, blocking and also receiving as the number 2 option on this passing attack. So okay with those guys staying, but thank God everybody else is gone. And Luke Getsy, do not let the door hit you on the way out. Okay, obviously nothing against the person. Again, I'm sure Luke Getsy is a fine person, but thankfully he's no longer the offensive coordinator of the Chicago Bears. And I really pray that we finally hire the right one this time, which the Bears seemingly can never do. But talking about Matt Eberflus staying now, it's a very safe and timid move in my opinion. Okay, I really thought that Kevin Warren and Ryan Poles would be aiming higher than previous Bears presidents and Bears GMs have done. And obviously, I am just a fan, guys. I don't pretend to know more than Ryan Poles and Kevin Warren do. I'm just giving you guys my true thoughts and my opinions at this point in time. And I just don't think that Matt Eberflus is a championship level head coach. Okay, based on what we have seen out of him the past 2 years, with him blowing some massive leads, with him hiring the wrong people at times, with him not making the proper in-game adjustments at times. And it's totally possible he's learned from these things and he's going to be a better coach in the future because of those things. And he did get a lot better in year 2. Okay, I'm not going to discount that Eberflus's team, after starting out 0-4 this year, they finished the season with 7 wins and could have easily had 10 if not for 3 massive blown leads. But those 3 massive blown leads did happen, and the 0-4 start did happen partly because of how bad the coaching was at times, with his defensive coordinator being one of the worst defensive coordinators in NFL history, and he chose that defensive coordinator. So why should I trust Matt Eberflus to hire the right people this time around to work around him when the first time he failed massively at doing that? Again, maybe he learned from those mistakes, but you guys understand why I'm skeptical of keeping Eberflus here, because there's just been a lot of bad throughout the past 2 years. And yes, again, I fully realize that the team kept on fighting for him and the team had a lot of good things to say about him as a coach. Like, especially a star player like Montez Sweat had so many positive things to say about Eberflus, about how creative he is as a play designer, a play caller on defense, and how he really adjusted his scheme, you know, throughout the season. Like, a lot of people on defense have a lot of positive things to say about Eberflus. And even on the offense, guys, like, a lot of people do love Matt Eberflus, the person, the coach, which he is a player's coach, so I do understand that. But Jim Harbaugh was available. Like, Mike Vrabel was available. Like, these other higher caliber head coaches, in my opinion, were available that are championship level head coaches. And I just really hope the Bears don't look back next year in regret and are like, oh, we missed out on Jim Harbaugh, who's in the Super Bowl, or we missed out on Mike Vrabel, who led his team to 12 wins, or Ben Johnson, who led his team to a top 5 offense, while Eberflus is finishing with 8 or 9 wins. That is not good enough in the city, okay? We should be aiming for Super Bowls, and I feel like the Bears missed out on, you know, better opportunities here. But again, I am only a fan, okay? I don't want you guys to think I'm some know-it-all that pretends I know more than Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus and Kevin Warren do. Okay, I really hope I'm wrong about this, but as a fan, with the information that I have at this point in time, I'm not feeling good about this decision to keep Eberflus. But again, I hope I'm wrong. And there is something to be said about continuity, even though, you know, a lot of us Bears fans hate that word. If you do, you know, keep on building here, keep on adding to this defense, keep on adding to the offense, actually hire the right offensive coordinator, there is a world in which this could end up working out big for the Bears. And maybe, you know, we could look back and be like, oh, thank God we did not fire Eberflus when we could have fired him last year. And thank God Ryan Poles and Kevin Warren had the patience to stick with him. But I've been optimistic like that so many times in my life as a Bears fan, but at this point, at age 24, okay, I'm almost 25 now, like I'm kind of starting to lose my patience with this organization. I know a lot of you guys watching are probably much older even than I am, and you guys have seen even worse times than we have right now, so I totally understand why Bears fans are mad right now, and we should have the right to be mad and skeptical until this organization starts actually winning some football games and building good offenses here in the city. And I am pretty worried that the Bears could draft a rookie quarterback this year, and giving a lame duck head coach a rookie quarterback is what we have done the past 2 times, and I thought this time we could break the cycle, but we keep on repeating our mistakes. Okay, we gave John Fox Mitchell Trubisky, then we fired John Fox, gave Matt Nagy Justin Fields, then we fired Matt Nagy. Now we're potentially giving Caleb Williams to Matt Eberflus and potentially firing Matt Eberflus next year if we don't win enough games, because that's how it works in the NFL. Okay, after year 3, if you are not winning games, you're probably going to be gone, and it's going to really suck if we ruin the development of another rookie quarterback. Now, again, you know, maybe I'm being a little bit too pessimistic, and maybe we do hire the right OC and we draft the right quarterback this time, or maybe we keep Fields here and Fields has a solid year 4 under a new offensive coordinator, breaks out as a passer, and with Marvin Harrison Jr., with all the weapons we acquire, maybe Fields does have a good year and everything turns out all happy and sunshines. But this organization, again, has not been giving me any happiness to give them the benefit of the doubt. So as of now, I am going to be pretty skeptical about this move. But leave your comments down below, guys. What do you guys think about this move? I'm sure a lot of Bears fans are going to be pretty mad in the comments, like I kind of am, but give it some time. Hopefully we do end up being wrong, and you guys already know we're going to tune in anyways, no matter who the head coach is, no matter who the quarterback is. Like, we're addicted to Bears football at this point, so we're going to watch either case, no matter how much we complain right now. But yeah, leave your comments down below. The Bears offensive coordinator hire is going to be a massive hire, which I really pray that they get right this time. I might have a video in the coming days talking about potential candidates we could hire, and I'm sure that's going to happen pretty soon, because if you wait too long to hire a OC, they'll be swooped up by other new head coaches, and we could be left holding the bag and having to go with another unproven first-time play caller, which would be so fucking pathetic. But yeah, leave your comments down below. As always, bear down.